Happy fall, my loves, and welcome to the Tiny Well. The warm nights are winding down and the fall activities are on the rise. So I thought it would be cute to make some sugar cookies to set my intentions for the upcoming season. Today I will be making 4 different types of sugar cookies. The first will be a regular batch, and then the next will have some rose essence and petals in it to just bring about love and affection. The next will be a orange zest, which is all about intuition and bringing in that mental ability. And then the last will be a lemon basil, which is all about well-being and prosperity and just bringing in that good energy for health. Now, I've never tried any of these flavorings before, but all of these spices hold a different type of energy for the intentions that I am setting for this season. So as I'm mixing about, I'll really just be focusing on that energy and mixing with love and attention and deep focus. So let's get baking. Okay, so in our first bowl, we are going to pour in a 1/2 cup of sugar. I am using pure sugar cane just because I feel that is a healthier alternative than granulated white sugar. A 1/2 cup of butter, and then we mix that together until it is nice and smooth. Then we are going to add 2 egg yolks, 1 teaspoon of vanilla, and stir that all together with the intention of communion, friendship, and positive binding. And that concludes our wet ingredients. In our second bowl, we pour in 1½ cup of flour, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, 2 pinches of salt. Then we whisk that all together with the same intentions of togetherness as before. Okay, so now we are mixing our wet ingredients with our dry ingredients, and we're going to separate everything else into its bowls so that we can begin to make our different types of cookies. You can start by plopping a bit of the wet ingredients into the dry, adding it chunk by chunk until it's all together as one. Stir it all together, and once it begins to get doughy, you can use your hands to better combine the mixture. But make sure you flour your hands first. You don't want to make my mistake. Next, I'm going to distribute the dough equally into each bowl. I'm just eyeballing it at this point because I don't have an actual recipe for the next steps. A lot of the dough will be on your hands, so don't be afraid to put it back into the bowl, assuming you washed your hands before baking. So now that our dough is all separated, we can begin to flavor and knead our cookies. The first batch will be a plain cookie that represents wholeness and one with self. The next batch is infused with rose water and rose petals, bringing about love and beauty in all forms. Moving on to our lemon basil cookie for prosperity, wealth, and well-being. And lastly, the orange zest, which is all about intuition, psychic abilities, and mental clarity. Set your oven to 350 degrees and bake your cookies for about 8 minutes. Okay, so this is the finished product of my cookies, and I'm so happy with how they turned out. They are actually very delicious. Of course, there's room with improvement, as in like how thick I make the cookies and how I shape them, but as long as you're picking back up and following with your consistency, you're gonna be great. Please like and subscribe so that you can be updated on all of my future videos, and share with me any fall activities that you may have coming up, apple picking, going to the pumpkin patch, any of those fun things. I'd love to hear about it, and I hope y'all have a great fall. Take care, loves.